we are going to look at the volume of prisms. Now we already know that the volume of a cuboid is length times breadth times height. Now the surface area of this shaded bit of the cuboid can be written as breadth times height. So really you could say that the volume of a cuboid is the area of the cross section times the height. Now this formula works for all prisms. For example, the area of a cylinder. Again, it's the area of the cross section multiplied by its height or its length. Now we know that the area of a circle equals pi r squared. So we would just work out the area of that circle and then multiply it by the length or the height of the cylinder, which would give us the volume. Equally, this formula works with finding the volume of a triangular prism. Again, we'll find the area of the cross section and multiply it by the length or the height. Now we know the surface area of this triangle is half of its base times its height. And once we get that figure, we can multiply it by the height or the length of the triangular prism, and that answer will give us the volume. Now, like I said before, this works with any kind of prism. So even this one, which I'd like to call the L-shaped prism, it's still the same formula. So it's the area of the cross section, which I'm skillfully colouring in here, and you multiply that by, you've guessed it, the height. So let's try some examples together. Yay! What is the volume of this triangular prism? Now, do you remember the formula that we had before? Oh, of course you do. It's the area of the cross section times the height. Now, in this instance, the cross section is here. So we have got 2 centimetres times 5 centimetres divided by 2. Which gives us 5 centimetres squared. Now that answer is the area of our cross section. So now that we've got the area of our cross section to be 5 centimetres squared, the next thing we have to do is multiply this 5 centimetres, which is the area of the cross section, by the height. And in this instance, we can see that it's 4 centimetres. So all we do is 5 centimetres squared multiplied by 4 centimetres equals 20 centimetres cubed. And that is our answer. And it's really important to remember this cubed bit here because we are working with volume. So let's try another example. let's work out the volume of this prism. Just like before, we're going to be looking at the area of this cross-section, and then we're going to multiply that by the height. Now this cross-section looks a little bit more complicated, so let's break it down. We know that we have 1 centimetre here and 2 centimetres here. We also have 2 centimetres here and 1 centimetre here. Now I would turn that into 2 rectangles. So we've got this rectangle here, which we know to be 1 centimetre by the 2 centimetres and another 1 centimetre. So this one here is 1 centimetre by 3 centimetre, so we know that the area of that bit is 3 centimetres squared. And then as we look at the other part of the L shape, we know we've got 2 centimetres by 1 centimetre. So we can say nice and easily that that part is 2 centimetres squared. Now if you add these together, we can see that the area of our L-shaped cross-section is 5 centimetres squared. So now that we've worked out that the area of the cross-section is 5 centimetres squared, then we simply follow the same formula that we've been following so far, and we multiply the cross-section by the height. So in this case, we have 5 centimetres squared times, as we can see here, 8 centimetres, which gives us 40 centimetres cubed. And that is our answer. Thank you very much for watching this revision guide on the volume of a prism. I really hope that it's helped you and that you've gone from feeling like this to this. And remember that all-important formula, it's the area of a cross-section times the height. That gives you the volume of a prism.